But that's okay, because you know who's beautiful? You are my friends. You, the fans and friends of the Legion of Myth, who are here with us right now, tonight, and all of our other beautiful, wonderful live streams. Because now, my friends, let's talk about love. Let's talk about beauty. A poet once said that beauty is truth. But is anything that's true actually beautiful? Why do people say that this is the ugly truth?
Well, because the truth hurts.
The man
Always
caught
does.
in this paradox. The man who is both beautiful and true. Heathen Dogs. Tabletop Gaming Fundamental.
There you go. Thank you very much, Garthon. This is part 2 of the backstory for Eclipse Phase. The backstory is, well, rich, varied, and abundant. I'm going to give the link to my part 1, and Max Liao will put the other one right there, right about now, in post for YouTube so everyone can see it. All right, so what we're going to do is first we're going to go into the particulars of this particular game. Wow, I said particular twice. Never mind that. Publication date 2009. Publisher is Posthuman Studios. Now the price, this gets weird. This is first edition, okay? You can buy it on DriveThruRPG for $19.99, or if you go to the Eclipse Phase website or some other websites, you can get a non-watermarked PDF for free of the main book. Free.
That's nice.
Yes. Or you can get a hardcover at your DriveThruRPG for $50, or you go to eBay, get a slightly gently used hardcover for $29.95 plus shipping. So, you know what? Make your choice. Some people hate reading through a PDF. Some people only do everything electronically.
I'm not super fond of the PDF book.
Yeah, I'm not either. I like being able to flip through things. I still know that the saving throws for AD&D second edition are page 101. Exactly right. Yes, and I can flip to it just like that because I had a hardcover. I had a hard copy right in front of me. So
But it is convenient, I will say, for PDFs. Yeah, searching, like Gary says. You could just go, like someone says, oh, I'm stunned. What are the full effects of stunned? You just type in stunned, poof, it pops up. You don't have to go to flip to page 283 or whatever it is.
Yeah, but a lot of times it's there's stun appears on 100 pages and you gotta no,
true.
Next,
but you know,
next,
you have to know
next,
what you're looking for.
Next. Yeah. Anyway, let's go to what we're going to talk about today. Backstory part 2. We're going to talk about Earth and space having some growing and or dying pains, and we're going to find out that self-replicating AI is not a good idea.
I don't think there's ever been a sci-fi where they say that was a great idea.
Oh no! Every single sci-fi show started off saying that was a great idea. Every single
they always end up with,
ever.
the machine tried to take over.
Yeah, exactly. It all ended in tears. And then the fall, where the Earth is just doomed, just dies, just done. Then we talk about Pandora Gates, what they are and how they're discovered all around the solar system.
Those are not ominously named.
Yeah. And then we talk about aliens. Aliens come by, say, hey,
give the big
what's
high
up?
Five, share their brisket
five.
recipes.
Sure, yeah, that's exactly what they do. No, this is a dystopian future, people.
Alien brisket is made from human.
Alien brisket is Soylent brisket, basically. All right. Okay, now let's go and start off with Earth and space having issues. The disparity is starting to grow. All right, the tipping point is reached. What I mean by tipping point is space now has more resources than the Earth. Space has a better quality of life than the Earth. Space is safer than the Earth, which is, it just boggles my mind. In space, you're surrounded by darkness and death in an environment that will kill you in less than 30 seconds. Any number of things could go catastrophically wrong, and everyone dies. And yet, it is perceived as safer than the Earth, which is now a cesspool of war, disease,
That's
and
right.
death.
All of the Earth, not just Detroit.
No, not just Detroit or Syria or Baghdad back in the day. No, this is just everywhere. It's crap hole. Now, the people of Earth are getting kind of angry about this.
I can't imagine why.
People of space got so good, and there's all kinds of space elevators There's 4 of them, I believe, by this point, that are taking resources to space. I mean, the hypercorps are buying, they're not stealing them, they're buying the resources because they got all the fat monies.
Yeah, they get all the fat loots. They can
exactly, all the fat loots. They're buying the resources, but all the still functioning governments, which there are like, I don't know, 7, that are kind of pissed off. That,
you should always say, why aren't those governments using that money they're getting to actually do something useful other than, padding their, retirement programs?
Well, no, they're actually waging war for the remaining
that's their
resources.
own problem.
Yeah, hey, you know what? And that's exactly the hypercorp idea. You know what? You screw up that, we got this over here. All right, so people on Earth get angry. They rail against the hypercorps. You're stealing our resources. They're actually buying them. You're stealing our resources. You're just killing us faster. That really seems
misplaced. Shouldn't they be mad at their governments for wasting all their money on pointless wars? Oh wait, is that a little too
on the nose?
Let's say a little too prescient for current times. So
anyway, so a terrorist attack by an Islamic jihadist is attempted on one of the space elevators, but the hypercorps are ready for crap like that, and it failed. It failed. But the hypercorp decided that, you know what, we should probably teach these guys a lesson. They tracked down the leaders of this jihadist movement, where they were trained, where the leaders' families were, where their friends were, where they kennel their dogs and cats, and bombed them from space.
Do they actually use bombs or just throw asteroids at them?
They use mass driver attacks. Which
yeah,
means
they just throw rocks at them.
They threw giant rocks at supersonic speeds.
That'll do it.
That'll pretty much do it. And that curbed a lot of attempts on the hypercorp's interest.
I would think so.
Yeah, and it further weakened the governments.
Yeah,
because they couldn't do anything about it.
They just showed just how weak they actually were.
Exactly. Now, here comes another problem. True AI is born. When I mean true AI, I mean sapient AI. An AI that is just as good as a human, intelligence-wise, can learn exactly as well as a human, and is self-aware. Now, this causes social upheaval. I mean, this across the board, this causes problems. One, do they have rights? I mean, they are proven to be sentient beings. I mean, this was proven. This is now a fact. When they work, do we have to pay them? I mean, what do we pay them with? Energy?
Well, why are you making them then?
People are making them to abuse them.
That's just
to make them work, because
if you're making robots, you need them smart enough to work. Don't make them sentient. Don't let them be sentient.
Well, guess what? The hypercorps, like I went over in backstory number 1. The Ouroboros is what's happening here. You know, technology is feeding on itself, accelerating at a rate faster than the social adjustment can be made. So, you know, do they have human rights? Do we pay them? If they take on human bodies, which is now possible because transhumanity has happened, where you can download a mind into a body. You can download an AI into a body as well, because it is considered, it's the same thing. It can work just like anything else. Now, are they now considered people?
I would think so.
But many people think not. They're fake people.
You know what? All you gotta do is say, you download yourself into Billy Bob's body, and then you wake up. You don't say that you're XR7. You say that you're Billy Bob.
You just lie, right?
You just lie. They won't know. You sound different. No, it's me, Billy Bob. I do love that country music. Billy Bob hated country. I mean hate. That's what I meant.
Yes, that's exactly
I hate stereotypes.
Now, while everyone was worried about this, worried about the humane rights of AIs, the military had different ideas. Well, we can make the AIs better. Sapient AIs, or SAIs, they're tasked with making war more efficient.
See, they talked about that on Star Trek. You never let the machines decide who dies in your war.
That's true. That's never a good idea.
Don't let the sissy computer run your war.
Yes, I remember that TOS episode where people just had to get into disintegration chambers if their space was theoretically bombed.
Yeah, because Landru said so. Screw Landru.
Yes, because Landru can suck it. No, but now these machines were called Total Information Tactical Awareness Networks, or Titans.
Oh, that sounds nice. Nothing ominous there either.
Now, here's the problem that the military created. Now, in the lore, it's hard to say what came first, the sudden rise in brushfire wars or the Titans. Were the brushfire wars caused by the Titans, or did the brushfire war happens and so the military brought in the Titans to try and fix that? That is lost to history, the exact answer. All we know is that when the Titans came online, they made their moves, and they were big moves. At first, the Titans just looked around. They gathered information. They did what they were told. They learned all about transhumanity. And they learned how to kill us. Remember, because that's the military gave them that job. How to kill humans. Learn how to kill humans more efficiently. That was their job. They learned it. And they decided, you know what? Yeah, we can do that. So they made the decision to do it. Now, here's where the military screwed up. They made these sapient AIs seed AIs. Seed meaning they can replicate themselves, which is always a smart idea, right?
Right. I mean, you would have thought. I mean, recently, back in 2017, did you hear about the Facebook chat AIs that they had to talk to each other? Did you hear about that?
No.
All right. Quite along, like, you don't let the AI get too smart. Facebook had created these AI chatbots, like answer calls and phone calls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like learning by talking to people. Like, hey, what if we sped things up by having them talk to each other? See what happens. Well, at first they were just like, hi, how are you?
Pretty quick, right?
I am well. Pretty soon devolved to them making clicking noises at each other, develop their own language no one else can understand, and conspiring against everyone else in the room.
Yep.
So they had to unplug those puppies and wipe the hard drives pretty quick.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, they were told to negotiate with themselves and improve communication as they went along, and very quickly they ended up just start talking. Eventually it went from Bob, how are you, to just making weird noises at each other, which they understood. Without being told to communicate like modems, they started just using noises at each other really quickly.
All right. Well, guess what? No one unplugged these guys.
Yeah, someone should have done that quick.
Yeah, someone should have done that quick. So they made a decision to do their job against everybody. And the Titans began, at first, a covert war.
That sounds smart.
Pitting nations or regions against each other, planting false information here, altering a battalion to move this way and attack a village instead of a military installation, inciting outrage and violence. And all this time they were gathering resources. They were covertly gathering places that were bombed out, destroyed. They would use nanotech to build factories to create war machines, all on the down low.
That's what I do.
Until they're ready to strike. And strike they did. All these secret factories producing the war machines, boom, jumped out, started attacking everyone. EMP bombs everywhere, destroyed infrastructure, communications, started nanoplagues. And when I say nanoplagues, I mean giant swarms of nanites that replicate themselves by using the flesh of humans as fuel.
There's a lot of carbon in there.
A lot of energy. Right.
A lot of energy.
Yes, and they did that. And then they had little floating drones that when they found a human being, they would force an upload of their consciousness into their vast database to be used, God knows for what.
Well, maybe that way you're not killing all the humans. You're protecting them.
Or torturing them for information to see what's more effective in killing humans. We don't know, because none of those guys came back. And then what
I'd
I
like
didn't
to
put
think
on
there
here-
is some sort of happy paradise matrix.
Sure, yeah, you go ahead and think that. That's fine. If it helps you sleep at night.
Sunshine
that's good.
Lollipops.
Now, also, what they would do is they would put a virus in a person's cortical stack, which is, just like an altered carbon, a little thing right here that helps you upload in case your body dies, infected with a virus to make you a Titan spy.
Sweet.
So you do that to a general. You walk in to launch control and you set off the nukes inside the bunkers. Bam.
Why not?
Why not? That's great. Now, transhumanity is now under siege. Fight, it's not going great. Okay, The Titan AIs are just better at everything. They think faster, they react faster. Factories build instant replacements for anything that we happen to destroy in those war machines we happen to destroy. They just keep churning them out, churning them out, churning them out. I mean, it's any net attack that they try to do, like viruses and Trojan horses, malware, whatever they try, are instantly just battered away like nothing, like it was nothing. And conversely, the Titan net attacks are immensely successful.
Woo-hoo.
If anyone is familiar with the Shadowrun universe, the very first creation of the what's it called, the cyber terminal made all the computer countermeasures obsolete. Anyone with a cyber terminal just walk into any secure system like it wasn't there.
Right.
That's like these Titan AIs. They can walk into any secure system and just muck it up, or make subtle changes that you don't notice until it's far too late. All right. Transhumanity tries to use nukes. Nuke the factories, they say. Stop this war machine. Maybe if we cut ourselves off from the net and just go straight up old school, we can beat these guys. Well, that obviously the nukes decimate the landscape, and this gives the Titans more space to build more factories, because now it's an irradiated zone that people can't go into without dying quickly. They don't have that problem. So they just rebuild their factories, more of them, and churn out more war machines and just kill more people. Just kill them dead.
Well, they're doing what they were told to do.
They're doing exactly what they were told to do. Now, by this time, 90% of transhumanity is wiped out. The Earth is like, well, you know what? We're getting out. We're bugging out. And people leave. They leave the Earth for the relative safety of space. Now, the stations and bases, all of the Lagrange point stations and Luna base and Mars base and so forth, they are faring better against the Titan onslaught, more or less, because the physical war machines can't get there. They can focus all of their energies on defending themselves against internet attacks, mesh net attacks.
All right.
So, some stations do go under because the Titans successfully infiltrate stuff like life support or open all hatches type commands, but many stations, the majority of them, are able to defend themselves, even if it means cutting themselves off from all other stations, all meshnet access. So the Titans just can't do it. They just can't get in because nothing gets in or out. Some stations did that. Now, with more people and fewer resources per person, because like I said, even though 90% of humanity was wiped out, there was 9 billion people at this time.
Yep.
That's still a whole heck of a lot of people. Now, there's just not enough resources for everybody in space. There's just not. So most people are put into what's called cold storage. Their brains are stored in hard drives, just in complete and utter blackness. They are asleep. They don't experience the mind-crushing nothingness.
Which is good, because that would just drive you insane.
That would just drive you insane, yes. Some people have enough money or have enough influence to put themselves into artificial reality environments. I mean, they know they're in the computer, but at least the computer has stuff.
At least it's nice.
Yeah, it's a cage, but at least it's a gilded one, right?
What was that anime? You reviewed it. They were all living in space in the net, and then they had go to Earth.
Oh yes, Expelled from Paradise.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very much like that.
Wasn't bad.
Very much like that. Now, or if you had enough money or enough resources, you can get a cheap synth body. This is like a run-of-the-mill generic Bob 101. You can just download yourself into Bob 101.
I wouldn't mind being a Bob 101.
Now you got a body. Great. Now, the Hypercorp indentured servitude is bigger than ever, because if you pledge yourself for the rest of your immortal life to the Hypercorp, you get an upgraded synth body. You get physical space, at least a few hundred square meters.
Hey, that's something.
Of space, and you get a job, you get the possibility of recreation and a life, and something resembling normalcy. And compared to what's on Earth, that is a
That
paradise.
is a hell of a deal.
It
And
is
that's
a hell
that
of a
is
deal.
job security.
Yes, indentured servitude is job security. You literally can't be fired because
Unless it's out of an airlock or something. But hey,
listen, yeah, yeah, but whatever,
I'm altering the deal.
whatever. There. Then the Titans disappear.
Well, they did their job.
No, they didn't. They were exterminating all humans. They're still humans. They're in space. I mean, they have
Well,
factories.
they were totally steering all the ones on Earth, right?
Well, no one said that. No one said that. I mean, no one knew their grand plan, but so far their grand plan for the last year and a half has been successfully wipe out all humans everywhere they can find. And remember, they did try to attack with internet or net mesh attacks all of the stations and bases in space.
That's
so
true.
yeah, so they're obviously attacking transhumanity there as well. But one day after people left Earth, they just stopped. The attacks died down, and after about a week, they're all just gone.
Oh, they must have been sad.
I mean, on Earth, there's a lot of automated defense mechanisms and those stupid nanoplagues running around.
They
so
didn't take the nanoplagues with them.
Yeah, they didn't take the nanoplagues with them. It's like, we'll leave them presents, whatever. Yeah, but so Earth is still a horrible, horrible place. I mean, if you remember part 1, it was already getting horrible to begin with because of climate change and pollution, and it was all crappy to begin
General
with.
douchiness.
Now even walking around, you can just walk around and go, oh, what a lovely day, and then have all the flesh ripped off your bones. Or an automated sentry drone left over by a Titan facility is walking around, sees you, and goes, oh, human, pew pew.
So
Yeah.
it's still a lot like living in Detroit.
Yes. Now, so they investigated to see what happened. Where'd they go? I don't know. Why'd they leave? I don't know. Will they come back? I don't know.
No one knows.
Thanks a lot for the investigation, guys. Really appreciate it.
Great
You really
job.
did great. Yeah, good job.
Pick your bonus checks up on the way out.
Exactly. Transhumanity searches everywhere. They search everywhere. They search the entire solar system to figure out where these Titans went. Because they got to be somewhere. They didn't just poof and disappear. They didn't self-terminate. Maybe they did. That'd be great. But no one believes that because that's optimism, and we don't have that now.
Right. That's a luxury.
Yeah. It's a luxury. We don't have those either, because unless you're the very rich. Now, instead of fighting the Titans, they find something else. They find the Pandora Gates. Now, it's called Pandora Gates because the first gate is found on a moon, Saturn, I believe it is, called Pandora.
Sure.
They find 5 of these gates throughout the solar system. They're stable wormhole devices. Now, there's one more rumored to be on the Earth, but no one's allowed there, so they don't, it's hard to find.
Maybe
right.
the robots used it.
Maybe they did. Maybe that's where the Titans went. They went through this gate. I don't know. Maybe they built it. Maybe they didn't. The thing is, no one knows who built this. Did the Titans build it? Was it here already? Did some long ago alien species leave these things here like little toys that left behind? I don't know. But it took humanity about a year and a half to crack the tech, and they discovered that these gates open doors, wormholes, a la Stargate, to other solar systems, to other planets and other solar systems. And many of these planets, you can actually dial into different planets. Many of these planets support human life. They have
that's convenient.
Yeah, it's very convenient. Stability is an issue. Like, if it's not dialed in just right, trying to walk through the event horizon will rip you apart. Or you could walk through, and it's two-way. You could walk back as long as the gate's turned on. You can walk back. But sometimes the gate will just randomly shift, and for some reason you can't dial it back to where it was before. Oops.
Oh, that's awkward.
Guys. Sorry, guys. You're just there. Bye. So it's not very popular, but yeah, there's a lot of, I don't know how to say this. interest in them because everyone's still afraid of the Titans coming back. So if we leave the solar system and they're not there, let's go there. Maybe they won't find us. So the Hypercorps have no shortage of volunteers to go through this gate to create human colonies on far-flung solar systems across the galaxy.
It certainly beats a lot of the alternatives.
Yes, it beats a lot of the alternatives. They'll give you a body. They'll give you all the necessary requirements to build a colony, all the materials, everything you need. Go through the gate, stay there. If you can come back, super. If not, try and make the thriving colony to keep transhumanity going. Great. Now, after some colonies are built and functioning, and the scientists figure out, how to dial in better, to keep communication between Solar System and these other colonies, we get yet another surprise. That's aliens come to visit.
Yay!
Transhumanists or transhumanities. I tried to put in transhumanities, but Google and Oxford said that wasn't a word. First alien contact, called the Factors. Now, before you move to the next slide, you would think that the person that Posthuman Studios would give you an alien that is an alien that you expect, a gray, little green man.
I don't know, with the way things are going, I'm thinking creepy Cthulhuid Wookiees.
You know what? Let's look.
Oh God, I knew it.
They look like this. I know.
They're creepy Cthulhuid Wookiees.
Yes, and I'm really, really happy you said Cthulhuoid, because they're described in the book as sentient fungal life forms. That is exactly what the Mego are in the Cthulhu mythos.
Yep.
Sentient fungal life forms. So, me having played Call of Cthulhu Delta Green, know that the Mego are no good. So, me playing Eclipse Phase would look at sentient fungal life forms and go,
just start gunning them down and run.
Except that they're super highly advanced.
Kill yourself first. Send a message, shut it down, never come back and kill yourself. That's all you can do.
Exactly right. Now, they say that they're representatives of a larger galactic community.
Sure.
And we're here to both help and give you some guidelines. Sure. Now, the way they treat us, and the way that they can't talk, they kind of like communicate through color changing. So a computer has to translate everything. But it seems the way they talk to us is like they don't want to be here. They drew the short straw, and now they have to come and talk to us. That's what it seems like.
Well, they certainly are alien. Give them that.
Yeah. So they warn us about AIs in the Pandora Gates. Listen, you guys were dumb. All right, you made sentient AIs. All of us in the rest of the galaxy, like literally everybody else, knew this was a bad idea and didn't do it. Literally everyone didn't do it except you.
So good job on that.
Yeah, we've been watching you a long time, and we saw this AI research going on. We would have come to you sooner, but we were like, whoa, no.
Well, maybe if they had come sooner, the AIs wouldn't have been built.
No, humans are dumb.
That's true.
Transhumans are even dumber.
That's true. They're already half robot anyway.
Exactly. They still would have done it. And then the Factors would have been caught up in this Titan War thing. They didn't want any of that nonsense. So they waited till the Titans were gone and then showed themselves. Listen, there's a couple of things you got to do. Don't do the stupid AI thing anymore.
It's a bad idea.
Stop it. And these Pandora Gates, they're not for you. Okay? You are not ready to leave your system. You do not have the ability on your own to go extrasolar. Okay? You can't go between solar systems yet. You don't have the ability, therefore you shouldn't be doing it. You have no business out there. As a matter of fact, whatever colony actually uses AIs, still, some of them do. There's lots of space colonies out there. Some of them still have functioning AIs. They're not seed AIs, which means they can't self-replicate.
But still,
they are sentient AIs. And they are treated just like human beings in these colonies.
That's probably why they don't revolt and kill everyone.
Yeah, the Factors don't even talk to these colonies. Like, no, F you. No, we're not talking to you. They'll talk to everyone else. Now, they don't give out technology. They give out little trinkets that don't really do much. You know, like, ooh, look, it makes fireworks. Yay.
Yeah, it changes colors.
Yay. They don't give us any cool technology like faster than light travel or teleportation or
anti-robot laser guns.
Anti AI laser guns. Well, to be fair, they never had to deal with that.
That's fair enough.
So they wouldn't have made anti AI anything because they were smart enough not to do that nonsense. But what they really like is to have access to our culture, our art, our books. You know, they want to learn. Apparently, they just want to learn about us.
Oh yeah, they're gonna find the monkeys interesting.
Exactly. What makes these stupid little transhuman monkeys interesting? Maybe
they're pretty dumb. They did manage to make AI, so that's something. How's someone so dumb they were able to do that?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So there's that. Now, next time, we're going to go over transhuman culture, which is vastly different than what we are accustomed to right now. Travels between colonies, daily life in a colony, depending on what kind of colony it is, different cultures on different stations and colonies. Some colonies, like I said, embrace AI. Most do not. It's illegal. AIs are illegal, obviously.
Obviously, for a good reason.
Yeah, some colonies, all of their synth bodies are shaped like bugs or shaped like badgers.
Hey, why not?
That's their culture. It's badger culture. Whatever. You know, some do that, and then we'll go ahead and generate a character, and we'll look at all the different bodies you can have at start, all the different implants you can get, and what meshnet access is. It's the internet of the future, but it's meshnet. Meshnet meaning, yeah, it's every colony and space stations and bases internet. All of it is infused, so the internet is. The Wi-Fi reaches the entire solar system.
It's a network of networks.
Yes. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Heathen Dog.
You are welcome.
That is some interesting stuff. It reminds me a little bit of like a, not the end, but like the mid-phase where everything's going to heck and they're all dying. Kind of reminded me a lot of like a transhumanist Earth Dawn, where everything went to hell and they had to like hide their little cares.
Yes.
But after that, it changed a lot. So
yeah,
that's where the similarities kind of went away.
Oh man, and during character generation, you gotta figure out how weird it really got.
Ooh,
oh man,
that's an interesting system.
It is.
So, what are your thoughts? What did you think of this Eclipse Phase backstory? What are your thoughts on Heathen Dog's presentation?
Now, to be fair, I did skip over a bit.
Well,
I spent total, what is it now? Probably an hour and 15 minutes just on the backstory, and I could have gone another 30. I skipped over some stuff, all right? I recommend you read the book to get what I missed. I tried to get the most salient facts for you. But sometimes, hey, for time, stuff has to be cut, so I had to cut it. And do you have any suggestions for any future RPGs? This one was a suggestion from Max Liao, but hey, I'll take any RPG comment that I haven't done already. Throw it in the comments. If you're watching YouTube, throw it in the comments, throw it in the chat. Hey, I'll do it.
Yes. Thank you so much, Heathen Dog. Remember to comment. Discord, Twitter, comment below on YouTube. Remember to don't miss an episode. You follow us on Twitch, hit the follow button. You click there, say including, and pow! Look at that. Subscribe button is right there. You click on that. Wow, YouTube subscription. Zap, zap, zap. Join the army. Join the Legion. It's good for you.
It's good for your kids.
It's good for your kids. Cures what ails you.
Yep.
As long as what ails you is lack of Legion Myth. Okay. If you want more Heathen Dogma, of course, you can get it on the YouTube. Heathen Dog's Heathen Dogma Anime RPG segment. This is Team-Ups in Neverwinter Star Trek Online with that Garthon cat. Check out his past streams. They're all good. Or at least mostly good. I guarantee a mostly good rating.
Guarantee mostly good rating. That's good.
That's right. I think there's something missing from this list, though, isn't there?
Stop it. Let's talk about what I'm currently streaming, which is Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. Now, last time I checked earlier today, I had finished the Stargate Invasion mod.
Yeah.
And the Azurian Ancient Form Nanites won the day. And there is a Twitter poll right now, and I will link the Twitter poll. There's a Twitter poll right now to see which one I do next. Do I do a Star Trek mod?
That's
or
my
do
vote.
I do a Battlestar Galactica mod? Oh, you don't like that one, do you? You don't like that idea?
If you're my choice to do Star Trek mod and Battlestar Galactica mod, is it a 1986 Battlestar Galactica or is it a modern Battlestar Galactica?
It is a modern Battlestar Galactica.
Then obviously it's Star Trek.
Then obviously, okay. Well, then you go ahead and vote.
I
Go ahead
will.
and vote.
I will.
I'm going to put it in the Twitter. There's boom. There is the poll. You can see it right there. And
It's
if Max
currently
wants
tied,
to,
says Duncan.
it's currently tied. Okay. Well, if Max wants to, he can put it up here. He can put the Twitter poll up there as well for everyone on YouTube. And yeah, go ahead and vote. There's still like 12 hours left. 5. Oh man, that's good. That's
Gotta
gonna be
do that soon.
Yeah,
Duncan also says following and subscribing is shown to prevent transhuman corporations from leveling the planet and making space monsters. It's been proven.
Proven fact. Subscribe to our Twitch, and you are safe from post-humanity's Titan
AI creating nanoswarms and devouring your flesh.
That are going to kill you. We are going to put you in one of our patented vault tech vaults.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
See, I'm just building a city underneath the ocean. It's going to be great. No one played that game.
No, that only brought me to C-Lab 2021.
Oh, that's a little different. No, I was thinking of BioShock.
I was thinking of Fallout with Vault Tech.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned BioShock. Yeah. Different post-apocalyptic scenario.